caution. Coming to 2 to go. Jimmie Johnson finished 35th in his first race here in Martinsville. Since then, though, 6th, 9th, 2nd, 4th. He led 104 laps in the April race here. They did not pit at the end of the race when some others did. The fresh tires beat him. This time his pit crew has been superb. Got him out ahead of Kevin Harvick a little earlier in the race, keeping him in the hunt. And a good driver in a fast race car have gotten them to within 1 lap of their 2nd straight win.
Boy, McMurray is all over it. Got him, bumped him, and moved Ryan up. Now this ain't over yet.
No, because he's got to go through this corner now, doesn't he?
Now Newman will drive by and bump him. Try to take the spot back, but McMurray hangs on to it.
Great race for 2nd to the finish, all the way to the checkered flag. But it's going on behind Jimmie Johnson, who picks up his 6th win of 2004.
Going for the Martinsville sweep, one here in the spring.
Gordon got to 2 really good that lap.
Tony Stewart is driving that 20 car in a little bit deep with the 24, but 24 comes off the corner a little bit better.
Last lap, half a mile to go. Tony Stewart has led the most laps. Jeff Gordon trying to lead the last one. One more shot in 3 and 4 for Stewart.
Can't get there.
Jeff Gordon brings Hendrick Motorsports back to victory lane at Martinsville.
Off of 4, 2 to go. Hamlin going to try and make one more run at Jimmie Johnson.
Clear by 2.
Now, Jimmie Johnson got off of turn 2 really good that time. Don't know if the 11 is going to be able to get to him, Bill.
Last lap at Martinsville. Jimmie Johnson won this race 2 years ago, but there was no victory lane, no celebration. 10 members of the Hendrick family, Tony Stewart's helicopter pilot, killed in a plane crash on their way to this race. Johnson's always wanted to get back to victory lane here at Martinsville to salute those fallen friends, and Johnson wins the Subway 500 at Martinsville.
Folks, there might be a little bit of contact. Short track style. Here they come. Green flag, white flag, checkered flag. Can Jimmie Johnson hang on? Here comes Gordon. Single file as the green flag waves. Look at the 5 car of Kyle Busch is there. And Newman is right on the bumper. Jimmie Johnson pulls him down by 2 car lengths.
White flag this time.
White flag this time. 6 car. Bottom of the racetrack, 12 car right on the rear of the 48 car.
And the 6 car sitting sideways in the middle of the track. They're wide open. Now the caution flag's out.
Race is over. That's it right there.
And the boy, Jack announces, I can't believe we got a caution flag.
Guys, that was an unbelievable race. And we saw the caution flags all day long, late in the race. And they were coming wide open at turn 1 with that 6 car sitting dead sideways in the middle of the track.
NASCAR rules are you get 1 attempt at a green-white checkered. If the caution comes out, the race is over. They stop scoring them right there. And the caution and the checkered flag. Jimmie Johnson hold them off. Remember, only 1 attempt at a green-white checkered. And here they come. Johnson just pulls away out of turn 4.
Yeah, I think he looked back and he saw Junior easing up on him, and that's whenever he took off. A nice restart by Jimmie Johnson.
5 car lengths for Jimmie Johnson. Earnhardt Jr.'s got a little over 1 lap to get there. White flag for Johnson.
White flag this time.
What a dominant day for Jimmie Johnson. He's led 7 times for 339 laps. And down the back straightaway, Jimmie Johnson trying to pick up his 6th win in 2008.
Good job, guys. Good job, Jimmie. Shall we roll, boys?
It is a green-white checkered. The last 2 fall races here, we've had green-white checkers. And guess what, folks? Jimmie Johnson has won them both. Can he do it today, or is Denny Hamlin going to pay him back for not getting the win here in the spring?
Able to stay a little closer this time, but Hamlin clears him off of turn 2.
It'll be white flag this time by Denny Hamlin, the leader. Johnson in second. Montoya right in the back.
Oh, Carl Edwards in the wall.
He keeps it going, though.
And
Get
white
the white
flag.
Here comes the 18.
And the 34 car of Andretti has crashed and slid across the racetrack. The white flag waving here. And no caution yet. Here they come.
He's got his car coming right in front of these guys. Oh, man, he better hold that thing down there.
And Denny Hamlin will take the win. Johnson second.
Denny Hamlin.
And now, next time by, 2 laps, just 1 mile away from sealing the deal.
It hasn't been easy for them. They had to really work on it in practice, had to change some things overnight. Done a great job today getting that car in front.
Yeah, had to work on it today, as a matter of fact, because he dropped about 14 spots in that first run.
If we had had about 15 more laps, he might have had Mark Martin all over him, but he's going to have just 1 more lap to go.
And white flag.
For Denny Hamlin, he is looking for his 15th career win. Down the backstretch for the last time. He's going to pull the points championship to within 6. Here he comes through the final corner.
You're back, baby.
And he is back as he wins race number 6.
They come for the final couple of laps at Talladega. Green flag is in the air. See how quickly 31 and 33 get hooked up after that line. Tony Stewart and Paul Menard not quite together in that outside lane. Look at Gordon and Trevor Bayne up through the middle.
Well, Jeff Gordon was on the gas, ready to go.
Matt Kenseth has been separated from David Reagan.
I think Matt's wanting to be able to help the 21 maybe right now. Leave Jeff Gordon hung out right here.
There it is. Goodbye 24. And the 56 and 00. Truex and Rudiment. Mentioned them earlier to keep an eye on them.
What a lead that Jeff Burton and Clint Boyer have made right here. It'll be tough to run them down.
Jeff Gordon just a roadblock right there.
What happened to Stewart and Menard on that restart? Michael Waltrip looking for a partner. White flag. Down to the final lap. Can anybody run up and catch Burton and Boyer? They've got some ground to make up if they're going to do it. Shuffling around in this pack.
8 of the last 12 races here have been decided on the last lap.
Dave Blaney first to break from the traffic with Brad Keselowski. Here come Brian Vickers and Casey Kane. Whole knot of cars behind him. But Jeff Burton is a half a lap for victory. This far clear of the pack. Does Boyer pull out and try and win?
There's a chance that Boyer might try to pull out and win when they get to the trial.
There he goes.
Here he goes. Does the pack have a chance to run him down?
Over there, you and him. No pressure.
Side by side in contact. The pack is not going to catch him. They
Burton
bounce
still got
off
a
again. Clint Boyer gets the win. He's finished at Dover. Really dropped them way back. Dover, one of his better tracks. They came back the next week to win at Talladega. But some 67 points behind starting the day. It was going to be too far and too much for Kenseth to overcome. That said, if this holds out for another 2 laps, they're going to have won 2 of these races in the chase. And I know for some of the guys inside Roush Fenway Racing, particularly Robbie Reiser, it really gets under their skin when people talked about the lame duck and would they continue to give Matt their all.
Well, Matt's been a favorite over there. He's a really good people person. He cares about the organization, and he's just a tremendous competitor, and you can see that happening.
And the white flag is up. We're in the last lap today at Kansas. A race that's featured 14 cautions. A very tough toll on car and driver. Many, many rallies on the day, including this 17 from as far as 24th in the pack. Final corners here for Matt. Checkered flag is
Here's
up.
the checkers.
3rd win of the season, 2nd of the chase. Matt Kenseth wins at Kansas.
3 laps to go. Coming for 2 to go.
And make it 2, yeah. 27 cars on the lead lap. White flag will wave next time they come around. Dale Jr.'s radio a minute ago said he had a plan.
I think it's going to involve Austin Dillon in that 14.
Probably having a plan. Everybody else has got one for themselves, too. They might not always work together so well. Well, here it comes. White flag will be in the air the last lap. Where does the move come? Who wins the race? Do they all come back to the checkered flag? Rolling.
Single file, no takers yet, single file.
Jamie McMurray leading. Here's the first move. Oh, trouble. Dillon gets turned around into the middle of the pack. Casey Mears is the one that hit him. Caution is out. Race is over.
All good, guys. All good.
Jamie McMurray, carrying the colors of Auburn University, his sponsor with a big relationship with the school, is going to take War Eagle to the finish line first. Jamie McMurray wins at Talladega. We're about to find out.
Like Logano timed that pretty perfectly to be right on the bumper of the two.
Oh, trouble, Trevor Bayne.
He's going to save it.
Looked like maybe off the nose of Jimmy Johnson. We stay under green. But for how long? Keselowski's clear of Newman. Now Kevin Harvick makes a run to the outside lane. Matt Kenseth was pushing him. Logano to block.
That's left his teammate out there all alone, though.
To the white flag. Ryan Newman to the outside of Keselowski. Newman leads at that line. Who leads at the next one?
But you got to get back to the front because a caution can happen and you can be out of luck. Keselowski really doesn't have the help that he's going to need to win this race.
And he must win it.
But he's in good shape now because Newman has no push.
Here comes Landon Castle behind Matt Kenseth, behind Brad Keselowski.
But watch Kenseth, he can still make a move.
Landon Castle to the outside, tri-oval, sprint to the checkered flag. Who wins? Brad Keselowski wins it at Talladega.
Get up through the gears on the last restart.
Here we go. 2 laps to determine who will win the race and who will advance into round 3 in the chase. Coming back into the NBC Sports restart zone. 220 feet. Green flag back in the air. The 4 not going. They wreck behind him. The green flag is out as they cross the start-finish line. Will they throw the caution? Trying to get back up to speed. Caution comes out. Now the question is, who was in front?
Stay in front of them. Stay in front of them.
You heard him say stay in front of them. NASCAR will go back and watch video. They will look at the scoring loops to determine the finishing order.
And they threw the caution because cars made contact. They had heavy contact. They had to get safety to the drivers. That's why they threw the caution. NASCAR wants these races to end under green, but when you have drivers making heavy contact, they're gonna throw the caution to roll safety to them.
That was officially an attempt at the green-white checker. 1 try. You see Denny Hamlin not happy at all. Torn ACL in his right leg as he climbs out of the 11. Joey Logano comes to the white and yellow flag.
Come on, I was in the lead. I saw it. 10-4, 10-4.
And Jeff, your explanation was perfect. NASCAR, it's right here in front of them. We're right above NASCAR in the booth. The crash is right in front of us as well. If they want to make this race finish under green, they have to wait and see how much damage, whether cars couldn't roll off. And you saw cars on the apron. The 11 was on fire. You saw him get out. They had no choice but to put the caution out.
And what about Kevin Harvick with an engine that's blowing up? Without this green, without this situation, he may not get in, but this may allow him to get in. He's riding around here, barely making it around the racetrack with an engine that won't run. If they would have stayed green, the cars would have come around to the start-finish line. There's 3 cars sitting on the racetrack. They could not stay green. They had to throw the caution.
NASCAR is going to continue to sort this out. Nothing is official. We will give you the results of who the 8 drivers are that advance as soon as it's made official from NASCAR. Again, what they will use is video of where the cars were when the caution came out, as well as the scoring loops to make sure that everyone gets scored in the right position.
So let's be clear, during the race, all race long, there are scoring loops all the way around the racetrack. To expedite the race, to run it officially, they use those loops to line the cars up. But for the official finishing order of the race, NASCAR goes to video because there's a gap in time between these loops. They want to take it to every frame by frame to give everyone the opportunity for every point available. So it takes time. They're going to have to find the video and everyone in that video at the same time stamp to determine the finishing order and who was in the caution and who was not.
And this is a big call right here because
huge.
Listen, this is Junior either making it or not making it, but it's also most likely Kevin Harvick making it or not making it, as well as Ryan Newman. So who ends up, as they look at the video, this is more than just about who won the race. This is about who is going to transfer into the next round.
And NASCAR explained it to us earlier today. Drivers have to maintain this cautious pace all the way to the checkered flag, which these cars have been able to do. Some haven't. The 11 of Denny Hamlin was not able to continue on. A driver that might not be in the top 8. Now we want to look back at the restart and the crash.
So right here we see they're under green flag. NASCAR's looking at the track trying to determine if these cars can drive off. It's very important to see who the leader is when the light comes on.
Caution comes out, and that's how close it is to determine who wins this race. They are telling us that the 22 was in front, and so Joey Logano will sweep round 2. Unofficially, Joey Logano, the winner at Talladega. If the leader is able to make it all the way around to the overtime line, which is 2/3 of the way down the backstretch, before a caution comes out, it will be an official restart, and the race will be concluded by the next flag that comes out. 2 by 2 through the restart zone. Joey Logano on the inside, Brian Scott on the outside.
Kevin Harvick doing a really nice job of pushing Logano. It's exactly what Logano needs. Now he's clear, Scott.
The inside line is rolling just a little bit quicker. Inches separate these cars. All the way up the racetrack they go.
Now Logano can just block. He's cleared the 4 car, got off of his front bumper. Now he can just block whichever lane is coming.
Here they come to the overtime line. They make it to the overtime line without a caution coming out. It's an official restart, and officially this race can conclude with the next flag. Now they fight for position, fight for the win. Brian Scott running second, Joey Logano with the lead. Denny Hamlin running 3rd. With that position, he's currently in the top 8 and could advance to the round of 8. White flag in the air, one more time around.
You mentioned it, Steve. The 11 car sitting there running in 3rd. He's in the bottom lane. Austin Dillon, he just moved to the bottom lane. He's way back in 12th, but he went to the bottom. Let's see which lane moves forward.
How aggressive does Brian Scott be? How aggressive can he be trying to win his first race? A huge gap between the 22 and the 44 as they enter turn 3 for the final time. Up the racetrack, the 22 goes, blocking the 44. Coming out of turn 4, a long ways back to the checkered flag. 3 and 4 wide, fighting for position. Joey Logano through the tri-oval. Logano wins at Talladega.
This team will have an average finish on 1.5 miles of 2.8. Think about that, 2.8.
2.8, and only one driver in the history of NASCAR has ever had a better finish, average finish on mile-and-a-half tracks. It's Bobby Labonte at 2.4. Now, Martin Truex Jr. could dive down there and get that even better because there are 2 mile-and-a-half tracks left. The Texas track as well as Homestead, Miami. So he could get that average finish on mile-and-a-half tracks even lower than 2.8, which could be happening if he finishes up here in this #1 spot. And again, we have to remember from Furniture Row Racing, passing away yesterday, Jim Watson. There's 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. One more time around the mile-and-a-half. A fabricator for the Furniture Row team. Jim Watson lost his life yesterday. And so now, with heavy hearts, they race, but Martin Truex Jr. trying to put another win in the column for the organization and the family. Coming through 3 and 4 for the final time. He's going to do it again. Martin Truex Jr. wins.
For you, Jim. Love you, bud.
What a year he has had. Now holding off Kyle Busch. Coming up on the lap traffic in front of him. He's got Kevin Harvick in front of him, who was one of the best cars all day long. Will Kevin Harvick hold him up? Now, under 2 laps to go.
Chase Elliott's done a great job of finding some extra speed in his car. When Kyle Busch brought the pressure to him, Chase Elliott responded with about 1/10 of a second. Chase may be saving just a little bit, waiting for that to come, and then once it happened, he went off and is driven away from Kyle Busch.
He's picked the pace up now as he works his way in front of the grandstand. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Chase Elliott, the 22-year-old out of Dawsonville, Georgia, son of Hall of Famer Bill Elliott, down the backstretch for the final time. 2 wins already in 2018. The slide job by Kyle Larson behind him for second. Chase Elliott coming out of turn 4. He's going to win again, this time in Kansas. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, as they come back for the restart. Green flag back in the air. 2 laps to go.
Oh, Denny Hamlin got a really good restart. Cleared that outside lane. What's the 18 going to do?
9 and 18 side by side. That's great for Denny Hamlin if those guys working side by side aren't able to draft up. Actually, 11 is able to pull away.
Pulling away, the fight for second now. Chase Elliott surging ahead.
Chase is clear. He's got to drive up for that at 18.
Joe Logano actually picking spots up back in the pack.
Cars on the fence off of turn 4.
Keselowski having trouble. He's really slow.
The white flag came out. Now it's Denny Hamlin trying to hold off the 9 of Chase Elliott. Here comes Kyle Busch as well. Down the backstretch for the final time.
Oh,
a good
Keselowski
run by the 18. Kyle Busch with momentum. Here comes Chase Elliott. Denny Hamlin up the racetrack.
Look at the points.
Out of turn 4. Denny Hamlin will win at Kansas. Well, he's got a lot of ground he's going to have to catch up.
Martin Truex Jr. is closing in on the 1 car for 3rd place. Kurt has missed the braking zones of the last couple of corners. Has allowed Martin to get right in the back bumper.
And the 18 finally has to give up the ghost on the fuel strategy.
Oh, the 6 is around on the front straightaway chicane. Everybody gets through okay.
Newman. A lot of smoke. But Newman, yes, straightened his back out.
Newman's had a wild day.
He has had a wild day. He's had enough.
He got
again.
Yeah, the 22 made 27, excuse me, made contact with him and Greg Galding as he was trying to get by.
Yeah, Newman's backwards over in turn 1. He's going to get it turned around again.
And Newman just turned down.
Yeah,
like there was nobody there.
He's had a lot of problems on the racetrack and on pit road today. A lot of penalties and issues. Frustrating day when things like that just keep piling on.
Guys, we talked about Chase Elliott and what this win is going to do for momentum. One thing we haven't talked about is the 5 playoff points. That's going to fill his bucket.
Oh, we got a back straightaway chicane, the 19 in the 1 car.
The 1 of Kurt Busch, Martin Truex Jr.
They're running third and fourth.
Truex and the one went down in there side by side. I think they both missed the entrance to the back straightaway chicane.
Everybody's doing their best to cause a late race caution.
Here we go. Truex gets loose. He understands that the one's going to try to compete with him in the braking zone, and they both got in there too deep. Martin broke loose first, gets sideways into Kurt. Kurt just not wanting to give up the spot.
There won't be a restart. The white flag was taken by Chase Elliott as he's in the infield part of the course now.
Yeah, I was mentioning, Rick, those 5 playoff points will give him the 4th most. So this win can help him in the next round, can help his path to the championship for at Phoenix.
And that now is the goal for everyone. Everyone that's in the top 8 in points now, they are looking forward to the championship 4. How do they get there? What do they do in the next 3 races? They've got Kansas, Texas, Martinsville in front of them to try to get to Phoenix. Momentum is also a very big thing in racing, and when you come off of something like what we're seeing Chase Elliott do, it has to give him a nod as far as momentum on his side.
He has the best average running position of everybody in the playoffs, Rick, so he is the hottest driver in the playoffs right now.
One of the youngest. 4 road course wins in a row. Chase Elliott's going to do it again at the Roval.
Kyle Larson, though, what can you say about this 5 car? Went to Talladega. We thought he was fine, had a huge points lead, had an accident at Talladega, came in here vulnerable. But we talked about it at the top. I was thinking we want to see the Kyle Larson we've seen all year. Well, that's what we've got. This team had anything but a smooth race. They had electrical issues. They changed an alternator belt on pit road, and now has driven all the way back up for a chance to win his 7th race of the season.
He won earlier this year in the playoffs. That was at Bristol after the dust up between the 9 and the 4. And now out front here under 2 laps to go from the Roval. When we talked to Kyle Larson a couple races ago, he said, I don't expect Byron into the grass.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Big contact. Big contact.
Just, you know, the only way he was going to advance was to get to Tyler Reddick, try to get by him, and just pushed a little bit too hard.
Tires are clear. It'll make laps.
You hear the information. Tires are clear. It'll make laps. Yeah, you listen. If you're ever going to be okay with a mistake like that, it's when everything's on the line. He had to find the edge and hope it would stick, and apparently he went over the edge.
That allows Chris Buescher into 3rd place. An incredible run for Chris Buescher here late in the season. His best of the year.
Yeah, William Byron was shooting a half-court shot with 1 second left on the clock. Just can't blame you for trying.
Speaking of 1 second, 1 lap to go now. The final lap from the Roval for Kyle Larson. I mentioned we talked to him earlier, and he said, I'm not expecting to win this championship. I know I have to go out there and fight and get it. There's where the 24 of Byron got off track and into the wall in the infield. Well, Kyle Larson is going after it here in the round of 12. Coming in, Kyle Larson had 60 playoff points. Those are the only things that will advance into the next round with you. 60 points is the maximum number of points you can earn in one race. So he has almost a 1-race advantage going into the next round.
He's going to have more now. Very impressive, Kyle Larson. I think what's most impressive for me, Rick, is the style of tracks. I would never have pegged Kyle Larson a road course racer, but this will be the 2nd one of the year that he's proven that he can best some of the best road course racers we have seen.
And getting some of their momentum back. Bad strategy at Vegas. Got in a wreck at Talladega. Before that, they weren't running great. Getting some of that back for this next round of the playoffs.
And what a season it has been for Kyle Larson. He is going to become the first driver ever in the Cup Series to win 3 road course races in the same season. Kyle Larson, through the chicane for the final time, he will win at the Charlotte Roval. So Christopher Bell on the outside, Kevin Harvick on the inside. First attempt at overtime here at the Charlotte Roval. The elimination race in the round of 12 back underway. Side by side and carnage in turn 1. 6 cars turned around. Can they get going again? Out front is Christopher Bell. He's past the 4 of Harvick.
Blaney, one of those cars in turn 1, finally pulling away.
With Bell as the leader, that has Larson 1 point, just 1 point above the cut line. Cindric 1 back. Again, that's just a position on the racetrack. Cindric, if he gains a position, he'll be tied with Larson.
And he is in a battle back here. You see it at the bottom of the screen, side by side with the 43 car of Jones down the back straightaway.
And again, the tiebreaker as we see brakes locking up as they go into trilogy.
Oh, the two's around.
Kane, and around goes the 2. Cindric now waiting to get back on track. Larson +5 now as they're running on the track. White flag in the air, one more time around. Christopher Bell, can he win his way into the next round of the playoff?
4 cars spinning across the front straightaway here. Ty Dillon, the 23 car as well. Ty Gibbs.
Briscoe, Larson tied right now for the final spot. Briscoe trying to grab another position. With that,
Briscoe's got to make this work. He's got to go find this spot. He's got new tires.
the tiebreaker would go to Chase Briscoe, the best finish in this round if they stay even. Christopher Bell now coming out onto the oval. Bell, what a day this would be for Christopher Bell.
Briscoe underneath Eric Jones, but Austin Dillon underneath Briscoe.
Those points are going to change again. The final time through the trilogy chicane for Christopher Bell.
Right side, all clear, all clear.
Cole Custer throwing a block right there on everybody.
Briscoe with a huge drive into the rear chicane.
A 2-point advantage for Briscoe and Christopher Bell. He has done it. He's won his way into the round of 8.
It's so easy to not even make a huge mistake. Just catching a curb a little too much gets you offline. Right here in this complex, Byron to his rear bumper. You see, they both use the curbing about equal amounts.
Go get him. 5 more points.
5 more points. Those are playoff points. Those get carried into the round of 8 for the winner.
2 to go. William Byron chasing after Allmendinger. Busch has fallen back. He's 2.5 seconds behind these two. There are 14 road course wins by non-playoff drivers in this field, and 2 of them have come at the hands of A.J. Allmendinger. His 2 Cup wins behind the wheel on a road course. And he's trying to be perfect there. He slid it a bit as he came out of turn 8. Will that be the door opening for William Byron as they go down the backstretch?
And that's where it's easy to make a mistake. You've got to carry enough speed into these heavy braking zones. They both know it. See Allmendinger's car sliding around a little bit.
Byron within a car length.
Oh, that got Byron some hope. He saw the back of that car moving around. He knows to press in the braking zones. See if he can get AJ offline on entry.
Into the chicane on the front stretch. Byron again within 2 car lengths. And now the white flag in the air. One more time around. This is what Colleague Racing wanted to see A.J. Allmendinger do in 2023 with 7 road courses on the schedule. And Allmendinger, as strong as he is on road courses, they wanted to see him be competitive in every single road course.
William Byron's 3 car lengths behind. Going to try to use every braking zone to his advantage, try to carry as much speed as he can. Go to the throttle a little quicker than he's been able to, but as he pushes the car, asking for more, the car won't give it to him. You can see the 16 got away from him right there. That was just simply William Byron trying to get more speed.
And that is the breathing room that A.J. Allmendinger was looking for as they head down the backstretch, Rick, into that chicane. Last time in, William Byron definitely carried more speed in the braking zone. This time, Allmendinger has a little bit of a gap.
Byron knows there are 5 playoff points out there. He's going to be aggressive these final turns, but Allmendinger still with a 5-6 car length advantage now. Allmendinger's last win was at the Indianapolis Road Course back in 2021. That's 50 starts ago.
You, baby.
And now, A.J. Allmendinger, out of the final turn, he wins at the Charlotte Roval.
15 behind him, 5-5.
The Roval here in Charlotte has a young history. This is just the 7th time we've raced here. But over those 7 visits, it's given us some great stories. And it's building, and the amendments, the adjustments that were made to the track worked. And they did promote passing. Turn 7 has been the key point, the hot spot. But there's been passes made in and around the chicanes. It's provided some good variability. And it's given us a pretty interesting playground for this elimination race, the cutoff race to determine the round of 8. This guy on screen, Kyle Larson, I mentioned earlier that coming into this race, he'd led more than 1,500 laps this year. 1,552 to be precise. That is 634 more laps than the next closest competitor. And that was before the drop of the green today. He's led 60 laps. Nobody has led that much here at the Roval. And now there's just 1 lap to go. 2.25 miles. Before he's got another career victory.
Christopher Bell isn't close, but he's close enough that the 5 has to be very careful with this 99. You don't want to make a mistake at this point. You see maybe 25, 30 car lengths back. I mean, it's a big, big gap. But at a track like this, we have seen some big mistakes. I don't expect that out of the 5, but he has to figure out what he wants to do with this 99.
And for Daniel Suarez, his playoffs run ends here in just a lap time. The 99, the sole rep for Trackhouse as he waves Larson by on the inside. It's been a good run, an interesting run, but it's over for Suarez. It is far from over for Kyle Larson. The last time, the only time he's won here at the Roval, interestingly enough, was the year that he became a NASCAR Cup Series champion. Is that an omen for Kyle Larson and the HendrickCars.com Chevy team? Everybody here at the track has been raving about the weather this week. It has been just beautiful. And on a sunny fall afternoon, this California kid has just been dominant. He made up 4 positions on the opening couple of laps, and that was an omen. But for the second time in